Democrats are wanting to eliminate qualified immunity. Republicans don't want to touch it. This is for a smart reform of it.
Should police officers have qualified immunity? That would prevent victims of civil rights violations from suing them. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Powell. My partner, Linda Jackson, has the night off. As Fort Wayne's NBC reporter Corinne Rose explains tonight, Senator Mike Braun introduced a bill today that would clarify a federal law in a way that he hopes will appease both sides of the aisle.
What I'm putting out there is for the start of a conversation on how you address qualified immunity.
As Black Lives Matter protests continue to erupt across the country in light of recent police killings of unarmed black men and women, Republican Senator Mike Braun hopes his Reforming Qualified Immunity Act will help citizens sue government employees and law enforcement officers for using excessive force or otherwise violating a person's civil rights. While Democrats and civil rights organizations want to eliminate qualified immunity, Republicans and police unions are firmly against it. Braun says he doesn't care about the potential political fallout over his bill.
It straddles that balance between eliminating frivolous lawsuits, but letting those that are beyond the pale, that do need the ability for the plaintiff to be able to actually make the case that his or her civil rights have been violated. That's a basic right of our Constitution.
He says his bill centers on transparency and accountability and wants to ensure that cases that merit moving through the courts are able to proceed, as many have over the years in Fort Wayne.
When you get at the instances of what happened to George Floyd, to Rayshard Brooks, to many cases where those might make it across the finish line, but there are a lot of hurdles in front of it. And this is just to find a way to make the process easier.
Braun says he hopes his proposal will be incorporated into Black Republican Senator Tim Scott's proposed Justice Act that provides federal grant incentives to police departments that curb controversial practices like chokeholds, something Democrats say doesn't go far enough.
The moral compass, I think, says do something. I think it benefits law enforcement in the long run because they're currently being stigmatized that this is rampant across what they do, and that's so far from the truth. And I think now there's a framework that will get some bipartisan interest in Tim Scott's bill.
Braun says there will be a vote on his bill Wednesday. Corinne Rose, Fort Wayne's NBC.